Hello, everyone. So today we have Mukul with us. He completed his B.Tech from Indraprastha University in electrical engineering, and currently he's working as an associate consultant in GS Associate. So hi Mukul, how are you?
All good, all good. I'm audible perfectly, right? There's no issue.
Yes, it's fine. So
Cool,
tell me something about your company and something about your background, your profile, where you are working.
cool. S- so I think first of all, let me tell you, right? Sonis and I have like very good friends, and I think we started our school together, so we
Mm-hmm.
have seen each other growing together. He went to Germany. He's into research and everything, and I could not study that much, so I had to come to a job. But so yeah, we're from same school almost, right? And till class 12th in India, right? We have studied here in Delhi only. And then I went for my engineering. He went for his research work and all of that. You know all the journey of Anish, right? So yeah, I mean, I spent my 4 years. So it was very good 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
I did a lot of things. I never went to study, to be honest with you. Yeah, so I just need those 4 years. I worked on some startups here and there. Definitely those failed, but it was fun. So overall, college journey was fun. And then campus placement happened, and I landed on ZS Associates as an intern. I love the work here. I love the company. I love the culture, and yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I've just completed on this 1st December. I've just completed my 4 years in ZS Associates.
Nice.
Um, so yeah, this is pretty much it. What's
Mm-hmm.
going on? Yeah,
So how is the work there?
work is good, man. Work is good. I mean, work is good. Culture is good. People are good. So yeah, everything is good.
So
And
it's
of course,
only the
you have
8 hours,
to
or you have to spend more?
see in consulting. There is no 8 hours. Okay, if
Mm-hmm.
in consulting there is no 9 to 5. It totally depends on the kind of project that you're working on, right? I mean, the kind of commitment that you have made to the client. So you have to be just true to that. So
Mm-hmm.
there's no 9 to 5. There's no 8 hour job, but you have to love whatever you do. So that is what we do. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, like, what are the things like dealing the like GS and all, like how the work and thing is there?
Yeah. So ZS is typically a management consulting firm, right? And
Mm-hmm.
we're dealing with the biggest of the pharma names that you can think of, right? So uh, just think of a pharma company name, right? Those are our clients.
Mm-hmm.
We're servicing them. We do a lot of work for them. Into the technology space, into management space. And I mean, yeah, I mean, usual management consulting work.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Nice. So you have landed yourself in the B.Tech for the electrical engineering from Indraprastha University.
Yep.
So, like, as we were in 12th class, and that time everyone has like engineering thing, like everyone has to go for the JEE mains and all, and you did the same, and you have landed yourself in the Indraprastha University for the electrical engineer. So how was that journey? Like, how is there any roller coaster thing or something interesting you want to say something that?
Yeah. So at that point of time, engineering was like the the golden star, I would say, that you have to
Hmm. Hmm.
reach to, right? And now I have this just a minute, just really yeah, yeah. So now time, right? So I recently read this report, right, where India is divided into India one and India two and India three, based on their of
Hmm.
course income and all of that, right? So I come from India three, okay,
Hmm.
and being from that middle class family,
Hmm.
the best thing that you can do is either be a engineer or a doctor, earn a lot
Hmm.
of money, right, so that you can lift yourself, your family, and all of that, from that economic situation. So yeah, I mean during that time, and I had kind of interest in mathematics, physics, chemistry, so I used to love that as well. So took
Hmm.
science after my high school, landed in 12th, and we were all
Hmm.
together. You took the physics, I mean,
Yeah,
biology.
yeah.
I went for the maths. That was the journey. But then I went for engineering. So I think, as far as I can remember, I always wanted to, go for engineering. So that was one.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. So you managed right after the your 12th class, or you have something in between?
Yeah, so after 12th, I mean, of course, IIT is
Yeah.
again, one of the golden stars.
Yeah.
If you are going for engineering, you have to prepare for IIT. You
Yeah.
have to at least try to be in IIT, right? Uh, so I did that. I prepared for IIT for 1 year. Definitely could not clear,
Mm.
JEE Advanced. But on the basis of JEE Mains rank, and I mean, so I'm from IP University, right, in Delhi, and so appeared for IP University and entrance exam as well. Got some good rank. I would not say the best, but kind of good.
Mm-hmm.
So landed a college in IP University, and so yeah, I mean after that 4 years was great. Met some good
Mm-hmm.
people, yeah, it was a good journey, and then to the associates.
It's really good, and it's good to point out here that yeah, it was the struggle. It was not that easy, because nowadays maybe there are multiple aspirants who's really going to see this video, and they are like, they can see the life what you are now, and but they should also aware that you also faced some kind of a struggle what they are facing now. So it's the part of life. Everyone have to manage these things, like how to deal with like failures and all. Every time it's not like you have to have success, like whatever you are thinking that you are going to achieve, sometimes you are not, but at the end if you are doing something, then definitely you will be going to have something good. Do you think same, or do you have any other opinion?
Also exactly same feeling, right? So I mean, most of I mean, I have this interesting anecdote, right? So most of the movies of Ranbir Kapoor, right? So
Hmm.
he's the guy who is achieving his dreams, right? And his parents are pretty much rich and everything. And a lot of people, right? They look at that movie and they're like, yeah, I want to be that Ranbir Kapoor in that movie. But I think
Yes.
you cannot be that, right? Uh, so until unless you have some kind of, I mean, if you don't have rich parents, you cannot really,
Hmm.
go achieving your dreams and do nothing or earn nothing like for a great period of time.
Yes.
But if you want to be independent, you have to make some sacrifices. It's not always just about the dream. So yeah, that is one thing.
Yes. So what I understood that you had a 1 year gap after 12th from your B.Tech, and in that time you prepared for IITs and all, but you didn't manage. But you managed to have really good college, the Indraprastha University, and you choose the really good university, and you have selected the electrical engineering, right?
Yeah, because could not get computer science.
Yes, true. So we are like, I'm about to come with that. Like you managed with electrical engineering, but you wanted to have the computer science, right?
Right.
So at the same time, you also now not able to manage, but right now you are really in the good position. So it's again the one exclamatory mark for the aspirants who really want to have something, but if he or she is not able to manage, then it's fine. You can have opportunity maybe further that you can be able to improve that thing, and you did the same, I think. Because right now you are working in the field of computer science, right? But you did your B.Tech in electrical engineering. So tell me something about like we are going to have that discussion, like how you switch or something, what was in your mind. But before that, maybe we can discuss a bit about your B.Tech life. Like how was that? What was the thing in the Indraprastha University while studying and all? How was the classes or something, like if anything interesting you want to say, if anything like a good experience towards the academic, or maybe it was something fun or college life or something, you want to say something about that?
Yep. So I mean, it's not the curriculum of
Mm-hmm.
my electrical engineering classes. That was the interesting part. But the
Mm-hmm.
interesting part was from your classmates, your batchmates, the
Mm-hmm.
kind of friends that you make,
Mm-hmm.
you get 4 years of your life where you don't have to think much about being independent, or if you have to make this or make that. Just have fun. You have a lot of time. 4 years is not it's not a small time period, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I've always been interested in startups and all, right? So started two companies as well during that time period, right? Of course, like could not work with, I mean, those failed miserably, right? Of course,
Yes.
because, um, but had a lot of learnings, right? In those
Yeah.
failures. So that was one thing. Uh, and of course, I mean, the curriculum is not the best part of these colleges, to be honest with you.
Hmm.
So in my class, electrical engineering, right? I mean, that's a core subject, right?
Hmm.
and not very interesting. It's
Hmm.
kind of boring, I'll be honest. It was boring, okay. But of course, you have to study. That if you have to pass classes, you have to study. You have to learn, new things. So
Hmm.
yeah, I mean that was one thing. But again, a lot of bunks, from classes going here and there.
Hmm. That's the college life, actually.
That's the college life. That happens. That happens.
Hmm.
So yeah, that has been pretty much it. Yeah.
Hmm. Hmm. Mm. And how was the teaching and all thing was there? So it was like the teachers was regular or something like it's something different what I'm asking. But definitely for if the teachers was not there, then it's really good to have the student to have the fun and all to go here and there because the teacher is not there. So it is the case. It was the case in
I
IP or
mean,
what?
it's always the case, right? I mean, you're in college, right? So that new independence feeling,
Just after 12th.
yeah, that has been with you. So now you're
Hmm.
not in school, right? So everybody's like,
Hmm.
oh, we're not in school, man. We can do whatever we
Yes.
want, right?
Hmm.
And teachers are like, man, you have to study, right? Otherwise, you'll fail the
Hmm.
classes. So I think, yeah, students and teachers are always at the crossroad, right? Somehow. Uh, Students are not taking classes somehow, right? And teacher are like, man, you have to take classes, otherwise you'll fail the classes. So I think yeah, that has pretty much the picture, for all these 4 years. But I used to love the practical classes. Yeah, so a lot of big machines, wiring and all of that. So they used to teach us a lot of things. I used to love those classes. So yeah. But again, overall, I would say yeah, it's a boring subject to be honest with you. It's a boring subject.
Which one is the boring subject? The electrical engineering.
I don't. Yeah, I mean, whole classes were pretty boring to be honest with you. Apart from mathematics, I guess mathematics was there, and yeah, apart from that, yeah, it's boring, man. Practical engineering is boring.
Hmm.
And until unless you are not very passionate about it, right?
Hmm.
And it's going, for the sake of it,
Hmm.
you would
Hmm.
find it boring, definitely. But it's not like, you would not get, I mean, if you're feeling the, I mean, if you just don't, you're not very passionate about electrical engineering, it doesn't mean, that you would not be able to do anything in the future, right? Uh, your passion is not there, your passion is somewhere else. But you get
Hmm.
4 years, you get engineering, and of course, engineers, I mean, I don't see any engineer who can't do, whatever he wants. So
Hmm.
engineers do whatever they want to, right? But
Hmm.
whatever they have, learned in the college or class, they don't do those things.
Hmm. 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 They can do anything else despite the
They can do
studies and
anything.
all.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
can do anything else apart from their core subjects. They
Hmm.
can do
Hmm.
anything
Hmm.
else
Hmm.
apart from their core subject.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So engineering life is like that teaching and all. So it was in that hustle or something like that. So they are like, yeah, it's like we had really memes about the engineers in Instagram or somewhere. Yeah. So it's really like that.
To be honest with you, those memes are also being prepared by engineers.
Yeah.
So this whole ecosystem is only engineers. Okay.
True, true. Yes, yes, yes. And so you was telling something about some startup or something. So if you are okay, then share something. I think I was also involved in some of them. So if you are okay, then maybe we can share something a bit because that was the failure, right? You tried, like we tried, and that was not made or something like that, and we failed, we learned. So that's also the part, and it interesting to share these things now because like you was in the B.Tech, you was trying, like you didn't made which you want like the computer science, but despite of that you tried something different, the startup and all with your studies, and you also managed to switch into the computer science despite of having the degree in electrical engineering that we are going to discuss. But tell me something about your startup.
So, I mean, the whole idea, or, if I would pitch the idea as of now, it will definitely bore the audience, it will bore you
Yeah,
as
yeah,
bore me as well. But again, I mean, just to give you a brief, part.
it's good.
Uh, so I think it was in the first startup was in, I think, since second semester or the start of my second year. So that was in the ed tech and finance kind of space, right? Weird idea, to be honest. Very
Hmm.
weird idea. And at that point of time, I was thinking, what a brilliant idea, man. I think we
Hmm.
should be working on this. And then we work, and then we realize, no, man, it's not that brilliant. uh, yeah, so that failed. But I think that time period was very interesting. Two of my friends were part of, I mean, were the co-founder for that space, right? So there was this building in our college, right? We used to go to that building. There was this empty room. We used to go to that empty room and close the room right from inside, and
Hmm.
have meetings. Have most of the time we were just blabbering out things we don't even know, right? We don't even remember what we were blabbering
Hmm.
out.
Hmm.
Uh, some good ideas came out of that. We executed those ideas, we worked on those ideas. So that's how it became. It went away. We went on for some time, and then third year, we tried working on a platform kind of thing, right, for hyperlocal e-commerce market,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I remember.
and yeah, hyperlocal e-commerce market.
Hmm.
On that one, we kind of worked for
During COVID,
worked
I
with
think. Yeah,
during COVID time. Yeah, so
yeah. We
we were
did.
at our home. Yeah, we were at our home, right? And we used to go
Yeah,
on Google Maps. We used
yeah,
to
yeah.
extract all the information of all the shops, and we used to call
I
them, "Yo,
remember. I remember.
we are this and that, and we would love you to have on our platform, this and that." And sometimes, I mean, of course, like those conversations were very interesting, right? We learn a lot of things. Sometimes people are not very good to you if they get to know that you're from a college, right? So, and some of the shopkeepers were very interesting, right? To talk to, they were very pleasant
Yeah,
people,
very welcoming and all. Yeah,
very welcoming and all.
yeah,
They came to our platform as well.
yeah.
So yeah,
They
uh,
registered.
yes, exactly,
Yeah, we
exactly.
really had a good number actually.
Hmm.
Yeah,
But of course, like getting customers and everything, that was the toughest part.
yeah,
And I think we failed somewhere around that.
yeah.
Uh, and yeah, I mean, I think during that time, your attention period is also very small, right? So the people that are working with you, right, they're like, man, this is not working. So I don't know if I mean, so the one thing that I've learned, right, most of the time people are only looking for the short term, goal,
Yeah.
for the short term, benefits that they would get.
Hmm.
But I think the working on a service is for long haul, right? You
Yeah.
have to give up, at least 5 to 10 years of your life. So yeah, I mean,
Yes.
that is a difficult part. But again, I've started. I mean, as of now, I've started one more startup, so which is into elder care. So
Sorry?
which is
About
into
what?
elder care,
Okay, elder care. Mm-hmm.
elder care. Yeah, and I think this is a kind of a personal problem too.
Hmm.
I am working on it as of now alone, right? And so I have my grandma, right? When she had moved from her village life to
Hmm.
uh, with us, right? So my uncle passed away recently, and so um, I mean, she had to move with us, and
Hmm. Hmm.
but I could
Hmm.
see, that kind of spark, is
Hmm. Hmm.
has went away. So from
Hmm.
native life, native people, right?
Hmm.
Good
Hmm.
life, good home, right? And she has moved to Delhi, and Delhi is definitely not a very good place, to be honest with you. I mean, from wellness point of view, right? Uh,
Hmm.
you have all the freedom over there, and all the crowd, right? And
Hmm.
all the hustle, bustle,
Hmm.
noise, and everything is in Delhi. So
Hmm.
that's definitely a very drastic change. Uh, but again, then this got me to think about other elders that we have in India, right? And then
Hmm. Hmm.
I don't see any brand or company or people or NGOs working for them. So
Hmm.
I thought, I
Hmm.
mean, this is a very interesting problem that I can probably work on. But yeah, I'm definitely will see more of this idea. So the name
Hmm.
is Silver Beam, that will be
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
thought of, but yeah, I think yeah,
Yeah.
we'll see more of it
Yeah.
in coming future.
Yeah. And it's good to have to add this information here. So during our like hyperlocal thing, what we had done, so we had a name called Delay.com, I think,
Yeah,
Delay1.com,
yeah,
if I'm not
correct.
wrong.
Yeah.
So during that time, we also had a kind of internship. We had students who's working somewhere in the field of B.Tech or something. They have some background with the computer science or something. We had, and we had hand over some projects to them, and we really have received a good response from them, right? I think we did.
Yeah, I mean, that's the point of being. I mean, that's the part I love about being in India, at least, right?
Hmm.
Uh, and having such nice people around you, right?
Yeah.
So everybody's ready to prepare so a lot of engineers in India, right?
Yes.
And so we reached out to one of the engineers. I think that was so we had this form rolled out, and
Yes. Yes. Yes.
he
We
filled up
really
that
had a
form. He
good
was looking,
response from that.
yeah,
Yeah.
correct. He was looking for some internship, so we had some interviews and going on, right? And so we kind of needed an app, right? To
Yes.
so yeah, I mean that guy helped us with getting the
Yeah.
app, and we had a good experience. We had a good experience
Yeah.
with him. He was a great guy. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
It's really going like I remember that was really the fruitful kind of thing. Yeah, we failed at the end, definitely we failed, but we gather lots of information, we gather lots of experience to
Correct.
like the people around you, like how to like made a walk with them or something like that. We really had good experience. Yeah.
Yeah.
So now, we can switch to your computer science thing, like how you managed to go with. First of all, like I can say that was in your mind before joining the electrical engineering, if I'm not wrong, but you managed to go with the electrical engineering, the computer science passion, like having the degree in electrical engineering, but having the skills in computer science as well as electrical engineering. I don't know how good you are in electrical engineering, but
I'm
yeah,
not.
you
I'm
you
not
are.
at all good. I'm not at all
Yeah.
good, to be honest with you.
Yeah, you are good in computer science. That's why you are here. So tell me something about that, how you manage and something.
Um, so I think I have been interested in doing the code and everything, right? So
Hmm.
technology is something which excites me, and I think this is the same case for every single engineer in the country, right? I mean,
Hmm.
very rare people you will meet who are very interested into the core technologies, right? That okay, I'm interested into electricals, or I'm interested into information part of the of the systems, or signal part of the system, right? All of that information. But yeah, I mean, overall, I could code, right? So you get 4 years, right? You learn a lot of things. But again, I mean, the same thing, right? I was not focusing on the electricals whole part,
Hmm.
right? On my curriculum side, I was just studying enough to get passed, right? To get good grades. But apart from that, you learn a lot of things, right? So you learn,
Hmm.
how to code, how to build things, how to do all of that, this and that.
Hmm.
And I think that kind of so that is the kind of thing that helps you to get into companies as well, right? I mean, they're just not looking for someone who you know you have to have some kind of experience in your life. You have to have
Yes.
some kind of
Yes.
learning zeal in your life as well, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
You
Hmm.
have to
Hmm.
have some kind of aptitude as well, right? So
Hmm.
so that at least makes you hireable. So I mean, companies can hire you at least, right? So anybody, I mean, who's looking at this video, right? So try a lot of things. Make yourself, available for lot of reading, right?
Hmm.
Get to see what is happening in the current scenario, from technology point of view, right?
Hmm.
Learn those technologies, right? Read a lot of papers. I mean, a lot of companies are there in India, right? The biggest of the consulting firms, they roll out papers, predicting that okay, this will be happening in future. So those are the kind of hints for you, right? That
Hmm.
okay, you have to start working on this part so that you can reach at some particular place in future, or probably
Hmm.
when your placement will start, you have to have some kind of some kind of talent. I mean, not just talent, but I mean, from coding point of view, you have to know a lot of things. So that is something.
Hmm. So have you go for the any kind of certification in the skills section of the computer science, or it was just about to have the skills in your hand? It's not about the certification.
And I thought it's not about certifications, to be honest. It's just not about certification. You just have to know how to code, how to build out things,
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
and you have to have some kind of understanding of systems and everything, right? So if you are going to prepare a home, right, you have to know that what kind of soil it is. I mean, soil it is, right? Uh, um, um, what kind of items that I mean, the bricks and everything you are going to use, right? So it's not just that. You have to have a lot of things.
Hmm. 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 And like, can you take a name like where you have like prepared or something like where you have put yourself?
Internet. I mean, there is no particular site, but of course, like Coursera is there, right? Udemy is there.
Hmm.
The best of all, YouTube is there, right?
Hmm.
You get a lot of teachers who will teach you a lot of things, right? And you have a lot of
Hmm.
guidance. So if you're a student, or even if you're not a student, right? Uh, Whoever you are, you can learn anything in the world today. I mean, being 21st century, I don't see any challenges, that okay,
True.
if
True.
somebody is saying that okay, I don't know this thing, man, you can know this thing, right?
Hmm.
Information is on internet like fire. You
Yeah,
just have to see
it's
what you want to learn and
bombardment
just
of information.
bombardment of information is there, correct? I mean, you will get confused, which teacher you have to pick, because
Hmm.
a lot of
Hmm.
people are there teaching the same thing, but you have to
Hmm.
just stick with, someone who was making you understand things, and just stick with it, man. I mean, you will learn a lot of things, yeah. So yeah, I think learning should not be a challenge for
Hmm.
anyone, not just in India or anywhere in the world. Learning should not be a challenge.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah.
And Is there anything particular skills that you want to point out here or something like that? So Mukul, maybe you can take a name of some skills if like you might have or something you might have prepared.
Yep. So I would not just take the name, right? I would also suggest these technologies, that somebody who want to be data engineer, right?
Mm-hmm.
He should be working on these skills. And I'm data engineer basically, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, so you have to know to work on the database side, which is learn the SQL code, how to write the
Mm-hmm.
SQL code, right?
Mm-hmm.
How to write the SQL queries. To create the applications, right? From data point of view, right? How to create the data application, data pipelines, and all of this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Learn Python. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Have very good skills in Python, have very good skills in SQL code, right?
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Learn the cloud technologies. So the whole point of so I would just paint a picture, right? How the data
Mm-hmm.
engineer or this data pipeline scenario comes in, right? I mean, how does it work?
Mm-hmm.
So you have your unstructured data, right? And then you have to have some kind of capability, right, to get this data, to ingest this data, right, to
Mm-hmm.
create some kind of pipeline, apply a business tool, clean up the data, right,
Mm-hmm.
and then you use that data for your machine learning models or for your supervised or unsupervised learnings, right?
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
you have to have that kind in between, right, before that machine learning models comes into picture, and your unstructured data, your unused data, the kind of data that is there, that you have probably received from your clients, from general public, right, and you want to work on that part of the data, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, any of the data that you can think of, right? You have to
Mm-hmm.
have some kind of data pipeline in between, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that is the part of the data engineer. So
Mm-hmm.
that is where data engineers comes in picture, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this is not just limited to this part, but kind of a
Mm-hmm.
general picture I can paint, right?
Yeah.
And to enable these kind of pipelines, right, you have to know how to work on the database side, to just learn the SQL, how to write the SQL code. So
Mm-hmm.
you have to focus on the MySQL code, right? PostgreSQL, NoSQL, right? All of the, I mean, multiple databases, kind of databases are there, but just learn how to learn the SQL code. That's the
Mm-hmm.
first basic part, right?
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Learn how to code in Python, right? Be
Mm-hmm.
very good with it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Learn the cloud technologies, how does the Azure
Mm-hmm.
cloud work, how does the AWS cloud work, right?
Mm-hmm.
um, and apart from that, I think these are the major things, that you have to focus on. And of course, like from big technology, if you want to work on the big data side, right, you have to know the HDFS, right, which is like how does this Hadoop system work, right, or Hadoop file system works, right? PySpark is also one language which you have to learn. You have to know, right, how to play with data using the PySpark. So if you know these kind of things, right, you can prepare these technologies, these languages, right, using a lot of certifications or simply using the internet as well, right? I mean, just go over the YouTube. There are like lots and lots of videos people are teaching about all these things, and these are very lucrative jobs. To be honest with you, it's not just the software development part of the job, right? But you
Mm-hmm.
can learn these things as well. So.
Mm. So all of these things you have managed with your normal electrical engineer. It's really different from
Hmm.
the thing what you was doing in the academics. So
Yep. Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
So how difficult it was to manage these both things together? It was difficult or how?
So I mean, I'll talk about my placement process, right? So ZS Associates came into my college. I think that was during COVID time, right? And
Mm.
so of course, like general aptitude test was there. They have this case
Mm.
study round, right? So they give you a case study from business point of view, just to take a look at your, what do you think about that, right? Or how would you
Mm-hmm.
solve that kind of problem, right?
Just the aptitude
Um,
thing.
just aptitude thing, correct. And then you
Mm.
have, multiple rounds of interviews with, I
Mm.
mean, somebody who has been in ZS, for like 10, 12, 10, 15 years, right? They take
Mm.
your interviews, and then somebody will talk to you about case studies, and they will get to know your, SQL,
Mm.
Python and all of that. So I think,
Mm.
yeah, if you know all these kind of things, it will be
Mm.
helpful to, crack the interviews. And not just
Mm.
for this consulting firm, for other consulting firms as well, right? I mean, data engineering job is in India is on rise, right? So, I
Mm.
mean,
True.
I think this is very good
The data is a new
career.
oil. Yeah.
Yes, correct. So
So
this
it
is
will,
very,
yeah.
yeah. So this is the career path, that
Mm-hmm.
you should look for. It's not just software development. I mean, there are a
Mm-hmm.
lot of things. When we say somebody, you have to computer science, we only think of software development. So that's not the only thing. A lot
That's
of
the
things are
only,
there.
yeah.
Yeah.
True, true. Yeah. So yeah, so you have managed like it was something with your placement. So during that time you managed more, or you managed from your first year?
Not from first year. So till I would say third year, I was pretty much clueless, or I was not just caring much about
Mm-hmm.
placement and all that. Okay, I have learned this and that.
Mm-hmm.
As and when need
Mm.
arised.
Yeah.
For in my
Towards
case,
the end.
it was for the startup, right? I have
Yeah.
to create this website, I have to create this, I have to do this and do that, create this
Mm-hmm.
application,
Mm-hmm.
and in that point of time, you have to learn that okay, let's create the application on my side. I mean, you don't hire people, right?
Yes.
uh,
Initially. Yeah.
Initially you don't hire people, you're in college,
Yeah.
man. I mean, you don't have enough
Yeah.
money for yourself, so how
Yes,
would you hire some
definitely.
people, right?
And we struggle
So
for funding as well.
yeah, yeah, so correct. We reached out some people as well. Very
Yeah.
embarrassing, so I mean,
Yeah.
of course, a good
Yeah.
fun
And
learnings.
it was learning. Yeah.
It was all learning, of course. You fail, you learn, that's it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
so yeah, I mean, I was not learning all these about all these techs and everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
but in during the four after third year, right, you start learning about these technologies, all of this. You learn about companies as well, right? What kind of roles they offer when they come into your college, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you can simply go to your placement cell, ask them that okay, what kind of companies have been there in our college in the past years, right? What kind of job roles they ask for. Talk to your
Mm-hmm.
seniors, right? Okay, this is the company. What should I be preparing for? For college interview when for placement interviews, right? Whenever the company comes into my college. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that is one thing, and that would give you a pretty good picture, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and talking to seniors, that is very helpful, right? They help you
Mm-hmm.
that okay, these are the scenarios that you have to prepare for, and of course, like a lot of things are dependent on you as well, right? Based on your preparation, based on your confidence and everything, right? That you show during those interviews. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
We will come to that placement of
Mm-hmm.
university. We will come later, like explicitly how it works and all. But coming to the question of internship, so do you had any kind of internship in computer science or something real life kind of project or something which you might have to have?
Nope, 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 nope.
There was no project. Mm-hmm.
I mean, project was there, but those were into like core companies. So
Mm-hmm.
those were not. I mean, my internship experience has not been into the coding side or anything.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think yeah. In my case, that was not the case. But of course, like a lot of people were there uh, who had some kind of experience, creating some applications, doing the
Mm-hmm.
coding right in Python, Java, etc., etc., etc. Right. So yeah. I mean, in my case, that was not the scenario.
Mm-hmm.
But of course, I think during that point I had some kind of, I mean, couple of certifications. Of course, I did some certification about
Mm-hmm.
some languages and all. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
but I
So
don't think
that.
from like a campus placement point of view those are very helpful from like interview point of view, right?
Mm-hmm.
But at least those build up your confidence that okay, you know this
Mm-hmm.
language, you have some kind of experience. So that is
Yeah,
from that point
you
of view
have
that is
done
helpful.
something
You
like
have done
the
something. Yep,
project
yep,
or
yep,
something.
yep,
Because of the
yep.
certification, you definitely have to complete some assignment and all. I think that
Correct, correct, correct,
that's how
correct.
it work. Okay. So let's discuss more about the placement cell of Indraprastha University. Like there might be the candidate who is looking for taking an admission in Indraprastha University. So they might should know about these things because you already like you are kind of alumni of the Indraprastha University. So do you have anything in your mind to say something like so get a brief idea about how it works or something?
Yeah, I think this would be a general process, not just for Indraprastha University, I think for other colleges as well, right? So
Mm-hmm.
training and placement cell is something which is, I mean, if your college has a very strong training and placement cell, right, which is your training and placement head or training and placement side, right, have lot of good relationship with lot of companies, right? And I think this can be seen from your previous past or previous year records from your college. So you will simply get a picture, right? How many companies are coming into your college? More and more companies are coming into your college, right? Every single year, uh, like a lot of opportunities for you, right?
Hmm.
So it's not just about your experience, it's not just about your confidence and everything, right? How well you are prepared, but to increase that kind of surface area of opportunity for you, right? So more
Mm-hmm.
companies will come up there, right? You can sit for more interviews, and you can definitely will get selected, right? Based on your performance and everything, right? So that is one thing. Um, So in my case, right, in my college, of course, like training and placement cell has been have been like pretty good. Past year records have been like pretty good, right? Of I mean, in my current company as well, that is associates, right? A lot of seniors were there in that is right. So we used to connect with them, ping them that okay, I mean, this interview is coming up, right? What should I be looking for? What should I be learning for? So yeah, and that is one thing. So I would say training and placement cell is something which should be pretty good. Apart from that, if you're not getting on campus placement, right, off campus placement becomes a little bit difficult, right?
Mm.
Because now you will be someone who will be, going into the
Pushing
waters.
yourself.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pushing yourself, going into the water, right? And you'll have to fight for yourself.
Mm.
But if on-campus placement is happening, so that is like the best opportunity for you to get the job.
Yes,
Yep.
yes, yes. Because your
Hmm.
university will going to push you, and they will going to behind you in that situation. Yeah.
Correct. And you don't have to worry about like if we, I mean, where do I find the companies, right?
Mm, mm,
Where do I
mm,
get the referrals for,
mm.
to join this company? I mean, your trading and placement cell is working for you, right?
Yes.
They're bringing in the companies, and you just have to show up and yeah, and show them what you are capable of.
Mhm. So during your experience, like when you was during that time, so how many companies was there, particularly in electrical engineering? Because I will go into like how you have managed to sit into the computer science interview beside having the degree of electrical engineering. But let's go with the how many companies have come for the electrical engineering particularly.
I think that it depends on. I don't remember the number as well, but I think the kind of ladder. Uh, I'll just paint a picture, right? So the more I mean, a lot of companies will come for CSE, right? Computer science.
Mm.
So that
Computer
is why
science.
the
Yeah.
primary choice for kids is to go for the computer science, right? Because
Mm-hmm.
during the placement time, right, you will see a
Mm-hmm.
lot of companies where you will be
Mm.
eligible to sit, right? And
Yes.
then to the IT and then to the core branches, so number kind of dips, right? So companies
Mm.
don't, a lot of companies don't allow, right, that we won't be allowing, somebody who is from electricals to sit in this interview, right? So
Okay.
uh, but a lot of companies are there who just don't care about your branches and everything, right?
Hmm.
And anybody can sit for those interviews and anybody can appear for those interviews. So it kind of depends on the company as well. So of course, like this is again, you can check with your training and placement cell, and they'll be able to tell you that
Hmm.
in the past this has been the kind of a track record, right? And in the future you
Hmm.
can expect the kind of same thing, and that's how you can plan your strategies and everything. So yeah,
Hmm. So GS is one of that the who don't care like which background
I
you
don't
are
care about the
from.
degrees and
Yeah.
everything. Correct. Hmm.
Yeah. So do you have any name of companies who came for the electrical engineering particularly?
ZS being one of them.
The-
Next, what I can think of as of now, let me just think. There are some companies who are not providing very lucrative packages, right?
Hmm.
And most of these companies they don't care about what kind of branch you are from, right?
Okay.
Uh, some some companies are there who uh, hire college students in mass numbers, right? So mass
Hmm.
recruiters are there, Infosys, TCS,
Hmm.
Accenture,
Hmm.
and these companies don't care about which branch you're from. So everybody is
Hmm.
eligible to sit for them,
Hmm.
right? Uh, so yeah, I think these would be the names. I don't remember the actual numbers, but I think yeah,
Yeah.
these are the numbers. Yeah.
So we already have discussed a bit about the interview process of GS, but is there anything which we maybe left something? So if you want to share something like the detailed thing of the GS like interview process.
ZS interview, I mean, on-campus placement is one thing. I mean, first you have your aptitude test, right? So there are
Hmm.
some mathematical questions, general aptitude
Hmm.
questions, right? Uh, once you pass those, you have your case study round, right? They give
Hmm.
you some business case study round. You
Hmm.
uh, work in teams, right, for that particular solution, and then
Hmm.
your solution will get discussed with somebody from ZS, right?
Okay.
And they will kind of grill you on your
Hmm.
solutions that okay, why did
Hmm.
you do this? Why did you do that?
Hmm. Hmm.
If we can do
Hmm.
this way or that way, right? And you have
Hmm.
to stick to your answer or kind of defend it, right? Okay, what was the thought process behind that, right?
Hmm. 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 Hmm.
Once you have that, and then again, you have one technical interview, right? Which is
Hmm.
where um, on technical side, the
Mm,
questions will be asked from you, right? If you
mm-hmm,
know something, they'll ask you that.
mm,
Again, there can be some theoretical questions, some guesstimates can be there, right?
mm.
Guesstimates, they will give you some random problems, right? And you have to simply guess the solution. And of course,
Okay.
that should be reasonable. It's just not like,
Mm.
you'll say anything,
Yeah,
but of
that
course,
needs
that
to be
should be
something.
reasonable. So that is one thing, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So
And
it.
then, yeah, I think, and then you have one managerial round. So, you'll some manager will talk to you.
Mm-hmm.
That can be there, cannot be there, but it depends. I mean,
Yeah, and also the
completely.
HR thing for discussion of salary and all.
Hmm. No, I think in campus placements, there is no HR discussion as such.
Mm.
Companies, when they come to your college, they announce what kind of packages they are going to give you.
Okay, initially.
Initially, yeah. So in campus placement, there's no discussion about, your compensation. So they
Mm-hmm.
already announced that we'll be paying this much amount, right? This will be the package. If you like this, that package, appear for the company. If you don't, leave the company. So that is something.
Mm-hmm. Nice. Nice. So if you're comfortable, can you take a number of like how much the like play total your CTC and all was now?
I won't tell the number now, but I will
Mhm.
share the number which was in the past when I was
Okay.
placed on campus. I think that was, and I'm not pretty sure if I'm remembering the right number, but that was somewhere in the ballpark of 8 LPA. I think that was the
Mm-hmm.
base amount, and then being in consulting, you get some um, your year-end bonus is something which is there, right? And
Mm-hmm.
mid-year raise, right? So to make your compensation at par, industry-wide.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think, but of course, like in consulting, pay is very good. So that is something, of course.
And now you have been around 4 years there.
It has been around
So
4 years, yes.
yeah, so it's I think I would say it's really going to be like the good increment over that period.
Yes, I would say. I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, of course. I
Yeah.
mean, if uh, when I was in college and where we are
Yeah.
now, of course, this is a incremental journey, right? You learn a lot of
Yeah.
things, and you
Mhm.
fail, you pass, you fall.
Yeah.
But um, yes, I mean, once you are in the professional
Yeah.
arena, you have to work your best. So,
And definitely you also got promoted in the role of your company. So
mm,
definitely.
mm.
Yeah, so I think we are about to end of the our podcast. So before that, maybe do you have anything in your mind to say something about the aspirants who's currently studying somewhere, maybe in 12th, looking forward to go with the B.Tech, or maybe some student who is still in the B.Tech and looking forward for the any kind of job, or maybe they are searching for the job after B.Tech. So do you have anything to say something to them?
I would say explore a lot of things, not just related to your core branch, or if you are thinking only of engineering and everything, right? So I think you have a lot of time in your hands. Explore a lot of things and see what excites you. And again, if it doesn't mean that if something excites you, it has a lot of opportunity in future as well, right?
Hmm.
So again, it depends, right? If you are going to be someone who is independent, doesn't depend on your
Hmm.
family and everything, you have to go for some short way, right? If I do
Hmm.
this, I'll get this job, and after that you can uh, work whatever you want to work on, right? Once you have that
Hmm.
kind of capital in your hand.
Hmm.
And if you have a lot of capital in your hand, your parents are rich, do whatever you want, man. I mean, you don't have to worry about money and everything. So yeah,
Hmm.
I think you have a lot of time to explore a lot of things. So
Hmm.
even if you spend 2 3 years here and there, it would not affect majorly anything, right? And but I think again, looking for some short way of doing things every single
Hmm.
time, that is not what happens. So
Yes.
every single decision that you will make, that you want to do this or do that, or you want to learn this or learn that,
Hmm.
uh, doesn't mean it would give you the right kind of success. You
Hmm.
can fail too, but
Hmm.
that is your decision. So you should be like, okay, it was learning for me. That's it. So
Hmm.
explore a lot of things. Yeah, just do a lot of exploration. Yeah,
Yeah.
don't just
And
stick to
don't,
one thing. Yeah,
yeah, don't put yourself away from the having the hard work or some kind of thing.
correct. Don't waste your time. Yeah, don't waste your time. Explore a lot of things, learn a lot of things, but don't waste your time. Don't waste your time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So thank you so much, Mukul. It's really nice to have you in my platform. It's really good. And thank you for taking a time. Like right now, I think you are in your office, and despite of that, you take the time of for this podcast.
I
It's
am, and I
yeah.
don't know if somebody from my company will see, right, that I'm using office premises for this. So yeah, I don't know what happened, but yeah, I'm in
Yeah.
my company as of now. But yeah.
So thank you. Bye bye.
All right. Thank you, Nish. It's great to be here. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you. Bye. Bye.
Yeah. Bye bye.